Hi, this is Kathi Quinn with Floriani. Floriani is a division of R&K Distributing, and I want to welcome you to this week's Project of the Week. Well, I was very pleased to see Martie's blog, and it's on the awareness ribbon. And of course, this month is bladder cancer awareness, and Martie had done a cute little lesson using a run stitch ribbon. So I thought what we would do is we would look at how do you download that ribbon? What are some of the options to create the border that Martie created? Now she's given you some fun and easy instructions, but I thought we'd go just a little further. So the first thing we need to do is we need to look at the blog. So I'm going to come up here to my MyFloriani.Club icon, and I'm going to simply left mouse click on it. This is going to take me, now you have to have an active internet connection to this. So I'm at MyFloriani.Club. Now remember, you could have typed this into an iPad, to an iPhone, to a tablet, to your Droid, any device that has internet connection. You could have typed in this web address and gotten into your club. You do not have to only get into it through your Floriani program. So I'm going to sign in. And if you scroll down, you'll see Bladder Cancer Awareness Month, and you'll see that we have a backdrop of the artwork. We have the awareness ribbon, the artwork, so we could go into our artwork tool and actually create the ribbon ourselves by digitizing it. But today what we're going to do is Martie has done most of the work for us. She has gone ahead and she has digitized the ribbon into a simple run stitch for you, and we're going to go with what Martie did. So what we're going to do is she tells us that if we would like this ribbon, we have a free download, and all we have to do is click on that ribbon. So we're going to come down here and we are going to left mouse click on the ribbon, and it brings up our screen. Now I am going to save the file. I'm going to say OK, and it's going to come up and it is going to go in my download. I'm going to click on my download. Now your download may look a little different than mine, but go to your download folder and you can see right here I have my Run Single Awareness Ribbon border. Now I'm going to, this is a zipped file, I am going to simply double left mouse click on it, and notice it brings me to the folder and it has the folder unzipped. Now I'm going to double click here, and Martie has given us a single ribbon as well as our ribbon border. I am going to select both of them. You may need to hold your control key down as you left mouse click on one and then the other, depending on what Windows system you are running. I happen to be running Windows 7, so this is how I do it. Now with these, I'm going to right mouse click and I'm going to copy these. Now I'm going to come down and I'm simply going to go to my local disk C. I'm going to go to my Floriani, and I'm going to go into my designs. Now this is where my library is. This is when we open our program, this is our library. Now, Floriani software, you have to have designs in folders to look at them. So what I have done is I have created a folder that says Miscellaneous Designs. So anytime I have a design that I just want to put somewhere to look at or pull into the program, I stick it in Miscellaneous. Now, of course, if I had a design that said Cancer Awareness, a folder, Cancer Awareness or something, I would put it in there. But at this point, this is what I have. So I'm going to right mouse click in this folder, and I am simply going to paste. Now, I already downloaded these earlier, so it's telling me they're already here, but I'm going to go ahead and tell it to go ahead and copy and replace. So now you can see in that folder I have my ribbon border and my single ribbon. I am simply going to close this. I'm going to go ahead and close Martie's instructions. Now she's going to tell you how to create this border and add it to a design. And she's using our Say It With stitches. I'm going to close my web page, and we're going to look at it coming in through our library since I have already installed the free designs there. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I think I'm going to go and do my Say It With Stitches first. I'm going to go to my library and I'm going to go to my Say It With Stitches card. Now in this card, which you can purchase from Floriani, it's got all kinds of wonderful words in it. Of course, I want you to see that you can get it in every format, and we have it in 3, 4, 5, and 8 inch as well, size designs. I'm going to go to the 5 by 7. Now that I've highlighted that folder, I'm going to go ahead and left mouse click on my designs, and there are the designs in 5 by 7s. And you can see we've got all kinds of wonderful words in here. This is an absolutely fabulous card. So look for it at your dealer. We're going to get the word hope. Now, the thing I love about using the library is that what you see is what you get. So I can see hope. I don't need to know what it's called. These happen to have their name, but you know a lot of designs will have BFC 697 and you're writing all these numbers down so you can go to File Open or File Merge and find that in a list. Here all I have to do is drag it and drop it onto screen. Now when it comes in, I want you to know it is grouped, which means if I click on any portion of this design, it's going to select the entire design. I want to just edit out a little piece so I can add my ribbon in. So what I'm going to do is click on it. Now up here at the top, on your top toolbar, we've got some easy icons. Now this is group and ungroup. Now you can see I can only do one thing up here because group is not highlight, it's not available. So that tells me this design is already grouped. But ungroup is available. So I'm going to come up here and I'm going to left mouse click on ungroup. So now when I click on pieces of this design, I can get individual pieces. Now what Martie did is she grabbed these two little scrolls here, and you just saw me move them. She grabbed these scrolls and she simply deleted them because she wants this space to add in her ribbon. So now I'm going to go back to my library and I'm going to go up to that folder that says Miscellaneous Designs. Right here is my Miscellaneous Designs folder. Now I'm going to click on Designs. Now there we go. There is that ribbon. So now I'm going to pull the ribbon in. So now I've got this ribbon on screen, and of course now I can place it in here. And we've got this beautiful design that Martie came up with for your bladder cancer awareness or any cancer awareness. You can make your ribbon any color you want. But this is really a nice thing. It's nice to put on a bag. It's just a nice little gift for somebody. Now, to take this a step further, Martie created a beautiful border. So let's get a new piece of paper in your upper left-hand corner. And I'm going to come right back to this same designs folder and I'm going to bring in this single design. Now Martie did create the border for you, but the idea of our lessons is to learn how to do things yourself. Now what Martie did is she selected this, she right mouse clicked, she copied it, she pasted it, she flipped it, and she moved it. And she placed it where she liked it. Now let's just fit these to screen. So now I have the start. Now I could go ahead and hold down my control key, select them both, copy and paste, and I could do this two at a time. But what I prefer to do is I want to teach you how to use a little bit different tool as well. So I'm going to delete one of those. Now I have a single design here. I'm going to come up to my repeat function. This has got a lot of fun in it. And we don't realize sometimes everything we can do. Now the first thing is I'm creating a border. I don't want any down, I just want some across. So the first thing I'm going to do is change the number to 0. Now you cannot leave these boxes blank. It wants to have a number in them even if that number is 0. Now, these designs are 1.16 inches wide. So I could probably get in a hoop, depending on the size of my hoop. Let's say I'm going to use my largest hoop. And I'm going to make a border, and I'm going to use the length of the hoop. So I could probably get, I don't know, my largest hoop is 13 7/8 on the baby lock and the brother. We've got 15 on a Bernina. We've got several. So let's just go with 10. Let's just go with 10. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say I want 10 across. Now that I've got 10 across, I'm going to come down and look at my options. What are my options here? Well, I want to flip every other one vertically. Now, do you see how we've got this? So now we have got 10 across and we flipped half of them at one time. So now I'm going to apply and say OK. So now those are going to appear on screen for me. And there they are. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to left mouse click on every other one holding my control key. So my upside down ones, I'm holding my control key and I'm selecting all of those at once. Now that they're selected, I'm going to use my nice little arrow keys to arrow down until they touch. So now I have created a ribbon border as well. So you can do your ribbon border either way, depending on how long you want it, what you want to do. Now, of course, the orientation of my hoop is long ways, not crossways. So if I wanted to save this so that my machine didn't tell me it's too wide, you need to flip it, I would select all items and I would merely rotate. So now I've got it going the direction of my hoop. Let's fit it to screen. I would also decide on the color that I was going to make my ribbons at this point, because I would do them all the same color. Breast cancer awareness we know is pink, but Martie gave you a link to look at the different colors for the different cancers. So you could make this any color you wanted. Then you could do a nice border on a bag and you put the hope on the front, their bag that they take to chemo. There is all kinds of fun with this, using your flip tool, using your repeat tool. You know, we could also, let's just do one other thing, just because we want to just having fun. We could also bring this in, and we could also come in here and select it, select the item, and we could do like a random, if you wanted to do this as a background, and then maybe put hope over the top of it, or in the center to make a bag. We could use our Fling tool. Now the Fling tool is really cool. You give it the parameters of the space it can fling in. So right now I've got an 8x8, 200 by 200 millimeters is about 8x8 inches that I can fling in. Now what it's saying is if the width of this is 1.16 and the height's 1.5, I'm telling it can scale down and make that 80% of that size. And maximum, you can make it 140% of that size. Now you can change that all you want. You can change these numbers, you can have fun. And then if these were multiple colors, I would have them color sort, because of course I would want it to stitch out all the reds, then all the blues, then all the greens. So now you can fling and you can apply. And you can apply this fling, and notice they're flinging different every time. When you fling until you're tired of flinging and you flung it to where you want it, you can now say OK. And so now we could take these same ribbons, fling them around, and since I have my highlight tool on, I've got Camtasia on, I've got lots of stuff running, it's a little bit slower than it normally would be. So now I've got this, and the first thing I'm going to do with this is I am going to optimize the sequence so it'll go in the most judicious sequence. You noticed you had lines going everywhere, so now it's going to go from here to here to here to here. It's going to stitch in the most efficient manner. I can also optimize entry and exit points because I want, if it finishes here, I'd like it to start here. So let's optimize entry exit. So now it's going to be closest point of connect as well. So not only did I optimize the sequence, I also made closest point of connect on the entry and exit. So now that I've got that there, I could still move some stuff around, put your hope in the middle, so you can have a lot of fun with this. Now I hope you enjoyed today's lesson, and I want to thank Martie Sandell for coming up with such a great idea. Sometimes I'll tell you, I starve for ideas, and I saw that and I thought, what a wonderful thing to highlight for our project of the week was to highlight the ribbon. So I look forward to seeing y'all next week. I hope you learned something this week, and I hope you enjoyed. Floriani.